Confirmed dead after tropical cyclone Kenneth smashed into northern Mozambique. The person was killed by a falling coconut tree at Pemba infrastructure, and houses have been destroyed and schools remain closed. 3 people died in the Comoros as Kenneth ripped through that island. According to satellite animation released by French weather forecaster Météo France, cyclone Kenneth battered northern Mozambique on Thursday with gusts of up to 280 kilometers an hour. Officials say that 90% of the houses have been destroyed in Ibo Island. At least 15,000 people have been put in shelters, but the need for more tents, food and water is rife. Cyclone Kenneth is the strongest storm to hit Mozambique's northern coast on record. It comes 6 weeks after Cyclone Idai battered the impoverished nation, killing more than 1,000 people. Well, tropical cyclone Kenneth has made landfall in Mozambique, and as you've just heard, has caused quite a bit of damage. Weather authorities have warned that it's heading north towards Tanzania. We're now joined live from Dar es Salaam by our correspondent, Daniel Kijo. Daniel, thanks very much for joining us. What can you tell us about tropical cyclone Kenneth? The last time we spoke, there was a fear that the southern part of Tanzania could be hit by the cyclone. Has it reached Tanzania yet?
Well, we are very fortunate to report, Peter, that it has not hit Tanzania. As of last night and the early mornings of this morning, we were waiting to see if the impact of the cyclonic effect would sort of move from the Mozambique border into parts of southern Tanzania like Mtwara, Lindi and Ruvuma. Now, in the late hours of yesterday, the regional commissioner from Mtwara had got reports from the Meteorological Agency that the weather would be okay for people to return home. So towards last night, Tanzanians and citizens in Mtwara were told to return back to their homes, but still keep a watch for any changes and be near their radios and, of course, television to make sure that, if there's any change in the weather system, they would be able to move to these designated safe zones. But so far, everything since yesterday to now has been okay. There are reports that the sun is out, the rain has stopped. So as far as southern Tanzania is concerned, it seems like the cyclone has not been able to do a lot of damage. So we're very grateful for that.
All right, so if I'm hearing you clearly, what you're saying is that you've been given the all clear by weather authorities. Cyclone Kenneth is not going to be a problem in Tanzania, but the country does remain vigilant just in case a second wave or something like that happens.
Yes, Peter, because climate experts say that this is going to be a recurring event. Like Tanzania's southern part has been hit by similar cyclones in its history, one in 1952 and again in 1980. The one in 1952, in Lindi was one of the most dangerous ones. But then the infrastructure near the coastal area was not the same. There were very few houses. The population was not as developed and as large as now. So now, because of this scare and also what is happening in Mozambique, and what the devastation in Comoros, Tanzanian authorities are having to rethink the strategy around, infrastructure around these areas, evacuation plans, and also having bigger forecasts for the next coming years, because this, weather experts say, would be something that recurs.
All right, so great relief for Tanzanians in general. Does the government look to assist its neighbor like Mozambique in these kinds of situations?
As you had touched on, that now Mozambique is suffering the final stages of the storm. So we know a lot of homes have been destroyed on Ibo Island. There's been a lot of infrastructure destruction as well. And Tanzania in recent months has sent aid. When Cyclone Idai had hit Mozambique a couple of weeks ago, Tanzania sent food, sent essential medicines. So I would expect in the next couple of months, while the assessment of the damage is done, and as the people in Mozambique still ride out the storm, that Tanzania would reach out as they did a couple of weeks ago.
All right, Daniel, we're going to leave it there because I think you've given us some good news for Tanzanians. Our thoughts now focused on Mozambique, but thanks very much indeed for that update. That was our correspondent there, Daniel Kijo in Dar es Salaam, saying that cyclone Kenneth has not hit and damaged Tanzania as they were anticipating, and that people are already starting to go back to the homes that they had been evacuated from. Palisa?